Piggy Hunt is currently a game in beta, meaning only a select few can play it. This morning, I received an email from Steam saying I could test, and so today I tested Piggy Hunt. So essentially, I played on the first playtest, which was the first time ever to play the game. And this video is going to be about my first time thoughts about the game, how it can be improved, and how it's already a great game in my eyes. After participating in the first playtest, I can say, wow, this game is great. I had so much fun playing with other players like Beastlick and so much more as we tried to escape Piggy. I also got to play as the infected myself, so that way I could get both perspectives on the game. However, it is clear that there are things that greatly need to be improved in this game in order for it to be an even better game, and I'll also be talking about those things in this video. Let's start off our review by saying, what is Piggy Hunt? Let's start off with what Piggy Hunt is. So, Piggy Hunt is a fast-paced survivor multiplayer game. Survivors must work together to survive and escape from the infected. So let's actually go over what happens in the gameplay of the game. To compare this gameplay to players who have never played it before, it is very similar to the hit game Among Us. And it's very similar in the sense that survivors have to complete tasks, they solve puzzles, they find and use tools to help one another survive and escape. And as the infected, you need to use traps and all of your senses to hunt down the survivors, which is very similar to Among Us. Now, I'll be talking about what I liked about the gameplay overall and what I didn't like about the gameplay. First off, the map design is actually really well done. The map design is probably one of the best aspects about the game. As you can tell, these maps have a lot of heart and soul put into them and very flexible mechanics as into the game. These maps essentially force you to explore and be an active part of the team, which is great and great for the game. Secondly, what I loved about the gameplay was the art style. The art style is very smooth and solid, and looks very nice and very polished in the game. Another thing that I really wanted to congratulate the game for in terms of gameplay is there is minimal bugs in the game. After playing for my first time, in over 2 hours, I experienced absolutely no bugs in the entire game. Props to PhatMojo for this one. I found the puzzles that PhatMojo designed were actually really fun puzzles to play. However, just as much as I liked about the gameplay, there is also a lot that needs to be changed. And I don't mean this in a bad way. It's in beta and these changes need to be made as they suggested feedback in order to make the game better. So honestly, it does have a lot of good points about it, but the gameplay honestly feels stale and there's no communication unlike the original Piggy. It could be a bit more fun so that way it doesn't feel boring after 2 games. The reason why it gets boring after 2 games is because of the lack of communication. The lack of communication is honestly a major flaw in the game. There is no possible way to chat with other players, whether it be through voice or text, meaning that multiple players often go to do the same task, or multiple players go and just converge separate ways, meaning there is absolutely no teamwork in this game and it seems like every man for himself. Another major issue with the game, and this is not a bad thing because this can always be adjusted later, is that the infectors and survivors are way imbalanced. Like, impossibly imbalanced. The speed is only nerfed by a bit, meaning they can almost catch up to players too easy. The traps are overpowered, especially the teleport one, where you can just place it on the other side of the map and essentially win the game. According to the words of Nightfox, who is also a YouTuber, Nightfox says that he waited till the last task to kill everyone and still won. This is exactly what happened with me. The speed is also similar, meaning that Piggy can automatically catch up to players even though the speed is nerfed. Almost nobody wins as a survivor because the gameplay is incredibly imbalanced. Although the game is great, it's clear that it's going to need some very major changes in order to make the game work and playable a bit more. Alright, one of the other things that I loved about the game was the customization. The customization in game is absolutely incredible with so many items. Plus, the DLC code items are going to make for a great fit as well. Here's a look at the customization menu. As you can see, there are multiple piggies you can choose, there's accessories, glasses, hair, so much more that you can choose to make your character really look like you. Some of these items also have legendary and stuff like that, but that doesn't matter since we're in the beta. Another thing I liked about the game was the cutscenes were extremely well done. They weren't scary and they were the perfect thing for kids and families. Overall, there were a lot of things that I liked about Piggy, Hunt, and a lot of things that I didn't like too. The things I liked about the game was the overall gameplay concept, the maps, the customization, and a lot more. The things I disliked about the game was the incredibly imbalanced gameplay. I also disliked the fact that the communication was minimal, which is essential in Piggy, especially for the Piggy concept. And lastly, I didn't like the imbalanced team. I hope you enjoyed this video and quick review of Piggy Hunt in beta. Please remember you are not allowed to stream the game. We're only allowed to make videos in it, so please respect PhatMojo's decision. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It really helps out the channel a lot.